I just got done crunching my data for 2023 and had some surprises in my earnings numbers, and I'll be sharing them all with you here in this new update. Plus, I'll cover where I think the big opportunities will be for us in 2024, so let's dive in. I'll kick off with my grand total of selling images and videos online for 2023. That number is $101,295. Now, a quick and high-level breakdown of that number will explain several things. Just over half of this number is earnings from selling video on Storyblocks, and most of that was front-loaded in the year before Storyblocks made some changes in how it calculates earnings, and my income there nosedived. So I anticipate my 2024 earnings are going to look quite a bit different than this. Next, about $1/4 of the $101,000 was from Adobe Stock, and the breakdown of that roughly $25,000 of change is about 60% images, including AI-generated images, and about 40% video. Shutterstock makes up about 15% of the total, and while that's a nice number, it's down about 40% from what I earned there in 2022. So I've mentioned the top 3 agencies for me, Adobe, Shutterstock, and Storyblocks, but what about the rest? Altogether, the other 6 agencies worth mentioning, Deposit Photos, Canva, 123RF, Dreamstime, iStock, and CanStock, earned me about $7,000 in 2023, or just under 7% of the total. Most of these have been on such a decline in recent years that I no longer even upload to them anymore. Case in point is 123RF, where my earnings have fallen something like 90% from where they were just a few years ago. There was a time when 123RF was one of the rapidly rising agencies, but at least from my data, it appears those days are long gone. How do my 2023 numbers compare to 2022? I earned an almost identical number in 2022, $102,181. And the difference of about $900 is almost the exact hit I took when CanStock, the agency, shut down in mid-2023. Had CanStock continued operating through the end of 2023, I may have ended up at almost the exact same total income for the year as I earned in 2022, about $102,000. Now let's dive into my regular monthly review of Adobe Stock earnings in detail. As to be expected with the holidays at the end of the year, I experienced a significant drop in December compared to November 2023. My December 2023 earnings at Adobe Stock were $1,697 versus my November total of $2,056. I also like to look at the numbers from 1 year ago, and my December 2022 number was a bit higher than 2023 at $1,767. That being said, my grand total for the year at Adobe Stock in 23 was $25,623, while my grand total for 2022 was a bit lower at $24,309. So that's some nice growth at about 5.4% year over year, and that number just about matches the growth in my portfolio. I added about 1,600 new assets between images and videos during 2023, and that amounts to growth of about 5.3% in my portfolio. So this goes to show you that if you want to grow or at least tread water at the agencies, you have to be constantly generating and uploading new content. Your competition isn't going to be taking a break, and neither can you. So looking ahead to 2024, where do I see the big opportunities to earn more in Microstock? AI is going to continue to be the big opportunity in 2024, with Adobe likely to use it as a competitive advantage against the other agencies. I think the others who currently don't accept it will adjust their policies, creating more opportunities for us to upload, and we could even see some new outlets pop up focused on selling AI-generated work. AI video is likely to create great new opportunities for all of us, with new tools being embraced by stock contributors in 2024. See my recent video on AI video tools and figure out how you can create some great new content with them so you can grow your stock income in the new year. And if you want to maximize your income, you should really look to make sure you're investing your time at agencies that have the potential to pay off for you, and eliminate those that are simply paying you pennies. As I mentioned earlier in my 2023 earnings breakdown, the once fair to good performing agencies like 123RF, Dreamstime, and iStock are no longer worth my time, and I've cut them from my workflow. That lets me spend more time on opportunities for actual growth, like generating more and better AI images and videos. And finally, if you have a resolution to increase your stock earnings in 2024, I'd like to offer you 70% off a new course I recently posted at udemy.com. The course also includes a book I put together, including more than 100 pages of tips and learnings from my 15 years in Microstock, golden rules to boost your chances of success, a review of the best agencies, and much more. You can get the course and book for 70% off using the link in the description below, and here's a preview. This masterclass is structured based on key topics you'll need to master to succeed at selling your work and a total of more than 20 modules, so you can learn at your own pace, whether you want to learn all at once or a section a day. My step-by-step instructions will help you whether you intend to sell photography, AI images, illustrations, or videos. The principles I share will apply to your chosen media, whatever that may be. You see, stock photography is a business, and the principles of serving customers what they need is true, no matter what you're selling. You might be wondering, are my skills good enough to make money at this? As I'll share in a moment, I think I'm a good example of how just about anyone can do this, even if you don't consider your technical skills to be sufficient. Yes, you do need to know how to shoot a picture or video, or how to write a great AI prompt, which I'll teach later, or do some basic illustration. But more important than that is to figure out what customers want, how to meet those needs in a way that others aren't, and make it easy for customers to find your work. That's the winning formula, and if you can master it, your goals should be within reach. Throughout the course, I'm going to be posting some key things that you must remember on screen like you see here. And just about every module will include something I'm calling the Golden Rules. So right here in the introduction, we're going to call this Golden Rule number 1. It's actually 3 rules in one, which makes it that much more crucial to follow. Figure out what customers want, meet those needs in a way that others aren't, and make sure your work is easy to find. This is also a golden rule in marketing, which has always been my day job. So I was fortunate to have my marketing background as a foundation in building my Microstock side career. Many of your competitors don't get this basic principle, and now that you know it, if you embrace it, you're going to be that much ahead of your competition. In addition to these golden rules, I'll also be sharing golden hacks, because I don't just want to say, always do this, without actually showing you how to do this. So golden hack number 1 explains one way to find out what is selling and to hone in on a lucrative niche. Let's say you have an opportunity coming up to create an image or video of business people. Always a popular theme, but also a very competitive one. Go to AdobeStock.com, do a search on business people, expand the filters and select photo, illustration, or video, whatever it is you plan to create. And this is the key, sort by downloads. This shows you the most downloaded images or videos for that subject. You can learn a number of things here. First is that there are nearly 12 million images, so you know there's a lot of competition, which makes it that much more crucial that you choose your approach wisely. Second, you'll see there are a number of business women on the page, more than men. That tells you that photos of a businesswoman may be more in demand than of a businessman. Next, while there is some diversity on the top selling images page, there isn't much. All of this lets you hone in on this conclusion. A businesswoman and a diverse businesswoman of color may help you stand out in this crowded field. So, golden hack number 1. Search your topic at a big agency like Adobe, sort by downloads, see what's selling, and find your niche. And speaking of niches, I'm going to share with you my 100 hottest selling themes later in the course. I've discovered these by following the steps I'm sharing with you here, as well as learning from my own sales and iterating on the successes I've had. And I'll give you that entire list to see which ones you can add to your portfolio to generate your own sales. So that's to come. But next, I'll share how I started selling stock way back in 2008 and some of the earliest and most important things I learned to grow my sales into 6 figures of passive annual income. I'll see you there.